Welcome to the Dynasty Dads podcast. Football, rankings, debates, dad stuff with your host, Justin Williams and Matt Renshaw.
Hey, welcome everyone to this very special edition of the Dynasty Dads podcast. I am your host, Justin Kaepernick Williams, and with me, as always, Matt Renshaw. Matt, how are you today?
I'm good. You have a job at least.
Well, so does he.
Well, it's
And now.
Yeah, he's had a job all along, just secretly.
Possibly. Happy birthday, Matt.
Yes. Happy birthday to us.
Absolutely.
To us. To this.
The Dynasty Dads today
This is the 1 year.
1 year.
Oh, think of all the things that have changed in the year.
A lot.
Yeah.
There's been a lot. I just can't think of anything off the top of my head.
We have a podcast for a year.
Yeah.
We've recorded in 2 different studios.
Absolutely.
We've had Scott Fish on. We've had Ryan McDowell on.
Yep.
We've had lots of big name guests.
Those are big names.
We have an intro.
We do have an intro.
We have an outro.
We do have an outro.
We're going to be debuting some birthday special segments for the podcast now.
We are evolving. We are growing.
Oh, yes. We're like learning how to walk.
Kind of.
Like a 1-year-old.
A little bit. Don't get ahead of me.
I'm sorry.
Before we get started, be sure to check out dynastydads.com for all of your fantasy football related news. And be sure to hit us up on Twitter at DynastyDads. You can also find us on iTunes or anywhere else you have podcasts available to you. We are there at Dynasty Dads. Matt, let's just get started, okay?
All right, what do we got?
The show's going to be a little different. I'm just going to let you know that right now.
I don't like change.
Hey, well, you just got to adapt. Don't worry, we're going to talk a lot of news and notes. We're going to talk kid stories.
Okay.
Then you and I, we each have our own segment.
We do.
Finally.
We do.
I get to spread my wings and fly.
Yes. Peacock.
Yeah, I'm a peacock. You got to let me fly. So I'm going to do my thing. You're going to do your thing.
I am.
And then we're going to talk a little bit about our Scott Fish lineup, right?
That is true.
Because we're a big deal.
And we have avoided all of these preseason injuries to our Scott Fish lineup.
Knock on wood.
Yes.
That's not wood.
Is this wood? This is wood.
There you go. Any kid stories? Family stories?
Yeah, my youngest is becoming an issue. She doesn't listen. She doesn't. She's getting the attitude of an almost 2-year-old. She'll look at you. I mean, I told a story a couple weeks ago where she just lied to me, and then so now it's been like she'll do something. I'll be like, stop doing that, and she'll look at me, and she'll continue to do it. Or like when you try to like be stern parent, both me and my wife, and she just looks at you and laughs. Like, is Carly doing that yet?
No, she just straight up ignores us when we tell her no.
Okay.
She'll kind of look at us a little bit and then just act like she didn't hear anything and then just go back to doing whatever she's doing.
So it's a little rough. I mean, when you try to tell her to do something and she just laughs at you and you're like, no, like we're trying to be stern. Like, you should be like, okay, and do whatever we're asking you to do. So life of 2 toddlers, I guess.
Yeah.
Carson start football?
He starts football. First practice is tomorrow. The
tackle monster.
The tackle monster is back. He's excited for it, but we also signed him up for basketball, which starts like right after the football season ends.
Are you coaching that again?
No,
you're not.
No, like I said last time, it was just
retired.
I retired. They're too old now. Like now, I feel like I'm doing a disservice
because you should know him.
I should know a little bit more than I do.
The king of Glenwood deserves a better coach.
Right. That's kind of how I think of it too. And it's better for him to learn from other people.
Yeah.
I've always thought that was important, having different coaches throughout.
I heard a theory that you don't want your kid to be the best kid on the team. You want your kid to be in the middle of the pack. Which I was like, that's interesting.
Well,
I don't know.
I guess that separates me from you, man. I
didn't say I believed
always wanted
it.
to be the best.
I just heard that theory, and I was like, I wonder that. Okay,
mediocre Matt. That's what they call you.
Get out of here.
Well, right in the middle of the pack.
One of us is a college athlete.
Easy on the athlete part.
Well,
and easy on the college part.
Whatever.
So for something comparable to your story, I guess, we actually just bought a bunch of like child lock security equipment.
Like childproofing? You're childproofing your house? Yeah.
Yeah, because Carly has been getting into drawers that have stuff that like kids shouldn't have, nails and like scissors and all that other stuff. Yeah, bleach, thank you. All sorts of stuff. So we finally broke down and got like the little clippy things and
Yep.
all the kebabs, whatever.
Right.
And those came in from Amazon today, so I went
You
ahead.
put those up.
Oh yeah, the kitchen's all like baby proofed out now.
You know what stinks is once the kid figures out that it's locked, they don't do it anymore. But then you, as the adult, you're like, you pull it open and it gets stuck all
It's
the
an
time.
inconvenience
Gosh,
then.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Happens in
can't
my
wait.
kitchen too.
I can't wait.
I'm waiting for the special door ones. We don't have them yet, but we'll get them eventually.
Oh, they go around the doorknob. Yeah,
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I hate those, and I'm gonna have them in my house.
those aren't that bad.
Oh, I hate those.
See, I don't have them yet, but
I don't either, but I know they're coming. My 2-year-old opens doors. Just she knows what doors not to open. But when my youngest doesn't listen to anything we're telling her now, I expect that will continue. And she'll be opening everything.
sometimes you just gotta lock them in a closet.
It's true. It's true. No, we can't do that.
What?
We can't do that.
Oh, you want to just get straight to news and notes?
We can. I feel like there was an Adrian Peterson joke in there somewhere, but that I
Probably.
missed.
Nah, you switched it up.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Hey,
Zing.
there's so much news that happened since we've been last in the air.
And it's weird because the last show we did was all news and notes.
Good point. But seriously, we've had the cut downs
Yep.
for rosters. We
Yep.
have week 1 that starts tomorrow, Thursday, which is going to be, I can't believe it's here already.
It's here.
Preseason's all wrapped up. We had major trades, one major
I
trade,
was like one major trade.
and we've had injuries.
We've had multiple trades, but
And we've
one
had a
major
holdout.
trade. Well, we're having a holdout.
Do you want to start with Lev Bell or Khalil Mack?
I want to end with Lev Bell.
Whoa.
Save
Nice,
the
like a
best
little
for
news
last.
sandwich.
That's right.
Okay, cool. Nom, 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 nom.
All right, so Khalil Mack first.
So Khalil Mack just got traded to the Bears. Your reaction? Good, bad, what?
Can it be good for both parties? Like, am I allowed to say that?
Sure.
I think that's good. I don't know. The salary cap ramifications for the Raiders is, I mean, okay, they're not paying a quarterback money. They get 2 first-round picks. It's whatever. I don't know. And John Gruden, they trust apparently. It's a big blow to their defense.
Let me stop you for 1 second. Here's what the Bears
Gave up.
Well, the Bears got Mack.
And
They
a
also got
second-round
a
pick.
2020 second-round pick.
Yep.
And they also got a conditional 2020 fifth-round pick, which,
Yeah.
whatever. The Raiders, for giving up arguably one of the
Defensive Player of the Year last year,
one of the top talents on the defensive side of the ball,
or 2 years ago.
only 27 years old.
Yeah.
This is what they got. A 2019 first-round pick.
Which will probably be 15 to 18.
Boy, that's a real small window. You can't say that right now. The week 1 games haven't even started.
I can say that right now. I would bet it's lower than pick 15 to 32. But if I had to pick, I'd say 15 to 18. I just mean it's going to be a second half of the first round pick is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. That was a waste of time. So they got a 2019 first round pick, a 2020 first round pick,
Yeah.
a 2020 third round pick, and a 2019 sixth round pick.
Okay.
So they obviously listened to the podcast where I said, ask for those sixth
Yeah,
and
get
seventh round picks.
get that junk at the end so you can just throw it all together.
And then on top of that, Mack ended up signing a pretty large deal. He's the richest defender now.
Aaron Donald was for about 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$141 million extension through 2024 is what he got paid over in Chicago.
8 years.
So you got to look at that for, it says 6 years.
6 years. It's not 2016, it's 2018. Math is hard.
Okay. A 6-year extension.
Yeah, I screwed up. I'm admitting
Okay.
my mistake here. I didn't do the math right.
So he'll be 33 if he ends up playing out that entire contract,
Yeah.
which fairly unlikely at that price, but it could happen. We've
Yep.
seen it happen before.
How much guaranteed?
It says there's a 90 million guaranteed, and 60 million of that was a signing bonus.
So dude got paid.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, $60 million.
Day one.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. So, yeah.
Well,
So I mean, that's money that the Raiders essentially saved.
right.
I mean, if you want to look at it from that point of view. But I think the Raiders are probably going to end up fourth in the division.
Oh yeah, easy.
Broncos are better.
Yep.
The Chiefs and the Chargers are obviously better at this point.
Yep.
So, good luck with that.
Yeah, John Gruden. Good luck. Chucky.
Jerick McKinnon, non-contact injury, out for the year.
Yeah. This is like worst case scenario for the 49ers because everyone talks about how they had an out after 1 year where they could cut him after 1 year and have no guaranteed money for him, and that was their out, and they could run him into the ground this season and cut him. Well, they can't now. He's no use to them, so they're going to pay him to be on their IR, and maybe they cut him next year. Who knows? But
I still think he's there next year. I really do.
Well, if he played this year and didn't perform, they had the out to cut him. But now they're not going to know. I mean, you are kind of stuck with Jerick McKinnon.
Well, and it'll depend on what they do in the offseason. But, I mean, they're looking at Alfred Morris to start the season.
Matt Breida.
Week 1. And Matt Breida's there, too, which, according to rotoworld.com, is likely to be the backup.
He's going to be the Tevin Coleman. He's going to catch passes. He's going to be the receiving option in San Francisco.
Maybe.
Not maybe. Alfred Morris cannot catch passes.
Jerick McKinnon's only 26 years old this year.
Yeah.
Born in 92. Makes me feel old. I don't know about you.
That's not that bad.
Makes me feel I was born before him.
Yes. So was I, we both were born before the guy, but that doesn't make me feel old.
And they're millionaires. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So
there's high school
what
kids.
do you do with Jerick McKinnon?
What do you mean what I do? I put him on IR.
No, I know, but what did that do for his value? Are you trying to go get him? Do you think maybe this was his chance?
I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to get him where I can. I'm not gonna overpay for the guy, but I offered I think I offered a 2020 first and a 2019 second for him in one league. Because I like stashing IR guys, and then when their value rebounds, then I sell them for more than I bought them for.
I'm surprised you would pay that much. It just doesn't seem like the type of guy that you would pay for.
A 2021 first? Yeah, 3 years out, I'm okay. I figure I can recoup that in 3 years. That's how I look at future firsts. I mean, what do you mean? I traded you in one league 4 first-round picks for Odell Beckham.
We're talking Jerick McKinnon.
Right.
Who has never shown us that he's an elite running back, or an elite talent, for that matter. I'm just surprised that you would pay that for Jerick McKinnon.
I trust Kyle Shanahan. That's my... I mean, I like Matt Breida.
If you trust, I was just about to say, so you must like Breida or Morris then.
I like Breida.
You don't like Morris at all?
I like Morris, but if he's on your waiver wire, you can pick him up, but I'm not...
Morris seems like the type of guy that's going to get us maybe 50, 60 yards a week, and if you're lucky, a touchdown.
Morris played when Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator in Washington, and he had 1 touchdown in a year where he was like the number 1 back. So I don't expect Morris to have great numbers, but he'll be flexible certain weeks depending on the matchup and what's going. I mean, if Breida's healthy and everything like that.
Nick Foles is going to be starting this week in the season opener against the Falcons.
Yeah.
And not Carson Wentz.
Yeah. We knew this was coming, right?
We had an idea this was coming. But if you're like me, I didn't. I went out and tried to get somebody else. I didn't really want to start Foles.
Oh, I have. There's a few leagues where I have Wentz, and I made sure I had Foles as a backup plan for the first week or two.
I think there's a chance that we see Foles for the first couple of weeks, but I think after that it's going to be Wentz time.
Yeah, it's Wentz. It's Wentz's job.
Okay. Does that downgrade your projections for the Eagles at all?
Do you like their skill players, or we're talking win totals, or
no? We're talking their skill players.
Zach Ertz is still a tight end 1.
Is he a tight end 1 this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Alshon Jeffrey's out.
Yeah, that's another thing. I'm all on the Falcons on this one. I really am.
Yeah, I don't think the Eagles win. You could start the Falcons defense if you're streaming. I mean, they're an option, but who knows?
Okay.
You all right?
Yeah, I knocked this sticky hook off the wall here.
Not the Seagram's Escape Studio.
I don't know why they put that there. It's right next to the desk.
Goodness.
That's stupid.
Breaking stuff. We're not going to get asked back.
A.J. McCarron traded to the Raiders for the Bills for 5th rounder. Excuse me.
So wait a minute. They got a 5th rounder from the Bears to trade for A.J. McCarron?
The Bills. The Raiders and the Bills. Oh, yeah.
The Raiders got it from the Bears
I
to trade it to the Bills.
I keep forgetting Khalil Mack's traded. It's crazy.
Yeah.
A.J. McCarron traded. Now he's a Bills quarterback, and he's starting. Well, he's not starting. He's behind Nathan Peterman at this point. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He was getting beat by Nathan Peterman.
Yeah.
Now he's a Raider.
He's
behind Derek Carr, which who knows what you're going to get with Derek Carr this year.
Who knows what you're going to get with A.J. McCarron ever?
I'm just,
Yeah, that's not news. I think that's an overpay, but...
A 5th rounder?
Yeah.
That made sense to me.
Why? For a backup quarterback? A.J. McCarron's not going to win you games.
When your quarterback is kind of wishy-washy, you have a new head coach that didn't draft Derek Carr. I mean, maybe Gruden likes everybody, but maybe he really likes A.J. McCarron.
Maybe, but if you're the fourth team in the division, why are you trading picks for a quarterback? If you lose your quarterback, you're done for anyway. You might as well accept the tank. And
Raiders are so bad this year. Like I'm telling you, the Raiders are going to end with like a top 5 pick. They're bad, and they're not even. This is obviously a year where they're just going to try to figure out what they have. And
hey, man, let's just yeah. No, I agree.
We should probably talk about some notable cuts that happened.
Okay.
I probably should start off with it, but there was a lot of guys cut.
Yes.
Okay, so I know not all these names are huge, but I want to kind of go through them, and then if you have something to say about them afterwards, say it.
Gotcha.
Martavis Bryant, Corey Coleman, Jonathan Williams, Leonte Carew, Dan Bailey, Bo Scarborough, Brashard Perryman, Kendall Wright, Mike Gillisley, Thomas Rawls, D'Angelo Henderson, and Carlos Henderson.
Those guys brothers?
No. Both are Broncos, though.
No relation?
No relation. Thank you. I should have said that.
So of these, the most surprising to me was Corey Coleman.
I was about to say.
Like,
and Dan Bailey's right up there, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. From a fantasy perspective, Corey Coleman. From a what are you doing perspective, yeah, Dan Bailey. The most accurate kicker in NFL history. Second most accurate, I'm sorry. And they cut him.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, second most accurate kicker in NFL history. They cut him. Yeah, there you go. Jerry Jones came out and said, well, I don't even know the kicker's name. Here's what I do know. The kicker's from Nebraska, which hurts as a Cowboys fan because of all the Nebraska that we get shoved down our throat. Bailey kind of melted down at the end of the year. The new rookie kicker went 4 for 5 and hit a 54-yarder in the preseason. So we're going to...
And he's cheap.
Yeah, they're going to save $1 million.
Brashard Perryman is one of the biggest busts in NFL history from a wide receiver standpoint. Everyone was super high on Brashard Perryman, that speed, and it just did not translate whatsoever.
No, but it's interesting you didn't bring up Corey Coleman in that.
And Corey Coleman's right there, too. Coleman's only 24 years old, I do believe, so there's still time. But I just think if you're getting cut by a team that quickly...
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
But now he gets to pick where he goes. Like we talked when he got traded from the Browns to the Bills. Listen.
I hate when you say that.
I know. But we talked about how from the Browns to the Bills was a downgrade. Anywhere he goes now is going to be an upgrade. Yes?
Yeah, the Bills actually wanted him. They gave up something for him.
They gave up a 2020 7th-round pick.
They gave up something to get him.
That's not anything.
And he's still sitting there.
Yeah, that's okay.
I just he ends up really, really bad. There's something about Corey Coleman that we just don't know as a dynasty community.
He likes shoes. You learned that if you watched Hard Knocks, which you did not.
I was waiting for it. I think one of the things that's the most underrated story here is Kendall Wright being cut.
Why?
And now hold on, you're gonna yell at me.
Okay.
Kendall Wright being cut. He was the wide receiver 3, the slot wide receiver in the Vikings offense.
Yeah.
Okay. With Kendall Wright gone, Laquan Treadwell steps into that role. That was reported. There were whispers of it that they were battling for that spot. And I remember reading on this show, Roto-World said Kendall Wright was obviously the favorite to win that job. With him gone, it's Treadwell's job now. Perhaps we see, finally, Treadwell break out.
I feel like this is your... Like you find a way to bring up Treadwell every show.
This is the year for Treadwell. If Treadwell does nothing this year, which there's a very good possibility that he does nothing. If that happens, we're done on Treadwell.
Who's done on Treadwell? You're done on Treadwell?
I'm done.
So if you had to pick one this year between Laquan Treadwell and Devontae Parker.
Treadwell.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because I think we've seen Parker have his chance. Parker's had his chance plenty of times, and he's done nothing with it.
Parker's a wide receiver 1. Treadwell's a wide receiver 3.
Parker's a wide receiver 1 because everything else around him is so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking Parker over Amendola, but I
You're
think
not taking Parker over Treadwell.
If I got to put my flag next to one of those guys, I'm going to go with the guy that's actually getting a shot this year. He's not buried on a depth chart, and that's Laquan Treadwell.
Parker's not buried on a Treadwell either, or on a...
I didn't say he was.
Depth chart either.
Parker's going to have opportunities, but so is Treadwell, and I'm taking Treadwell.
Okay.
Every day.
Okay.
Parker's garbage. I don't know how anybody thinks that Parker's worth anything right now. He's nothing more than a flyer with upside.
He's better than Treadwell.
Possibly. We're going to find out.
Yeah.
We really will. And I got plenty to say about the Dolphins offense in a little bit here. You just wait.
Great.
Jonathan Williams is a guy that everybody kind of wanted to have this offseason. Got a little bit of buzz.
Yeah.
Now he's on the practice squad.
You traded a second-round pick for that guy 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. When he was supposed to be the Bills starter.
I know.
Oh, my goodness.
Now they have Ivory.
Is there anybody else you want to talk about from this list? Bryant's an idiot. We know that.
Bryant's in it? Oh, Martavis? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gillisley found a home quickly, and he's a running back 2 on a depth chart now, which is higher than he was in New England.
Where'd he land?
He is in New Orleans. He's with the Saints, and he is listed as their RB2.
I thought that was Vereen. Am I wrong?
Vereen went on the IR. They
Did he?
signed Gillisley. He's their running back 2.
Man, Kamara. If there's a running back to start, it's absolutely Alvin Kamara.
Oh,
this
these
week,
first
right?
4 weeks? Oh, yeah.
Dude, no one else is going to get the ball.
No. Well, I mean, in the running
Running-wise,
back, yeah.
It's going to be Kamara. I'm telling you, he could
Michael Thomas, Ben Watson, like those guys are going to get the ball.
Kamara all
But
day.
Kamara's going to get the ball, yeah.
Yeah, he has a chance to get 2 touchdowns this week. A good chance
Everyone
A
has
good
a chance
chance.
to get 2 touchdowns.
against the Bucks. Yeah, I suppose. Whew, I told you we got a lot of news.
Hey, whatever. Let's do it.
Deontay Foreman placed on the PUP list. Will miss the first 6 games. This is kind of an underrated story. No one's talking about it. He's Lamar Miller's backup in Houston. Was. Now, you got Alfred Blue and you got Tyler Irvin. Tyler Irvin was like hush hush quiet in this preseason, did nothing.
Yeah.
Alfred Blue didn't do a ton, but at least he played. Tyler Irvin literally has done nothing.
Okay.
Alfred Blue has a really good chance of like blowing up, scoring, doing something these first couple of weeks.
Blowing up.
He could steal that Deontay Foreman job. Foreman has done nothing in his chance with the team either.
He tore his Achilles.
Yeah, that's what
When
I'm
he
saying.
was playing, he was doing stuff.
Stuff. Yeah, I mean, he was running
he
the
looked
ball.
electric,
sure.
yeah.
I don't know about electric. Electric is a
Electric.
little strong.
Doot, 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 doot. It's electric. He was
That's
electric.
Very strong.
He was electric.
I'm just saying, you might if you have the roster space, go get Alfred Blue. Just see what happens. You cut bait in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't like
Give it
Alfred
2
Blue.
weeks. Let's see what happens. Lamar Miller goes down first play. Boom. Jackpot.
Alfred Blue cheese. That's what I think of when I hear Alfred Blue. I think of blue cheese. It's gross. Nobody likes it. Like,
Speaking of people that nobody likes, Zach Zenner landed himself on the IR.
what did he do?
I'm really not sure.
I don't. Okay.
Lions depth chart looks a lot different from last year.
Yeah.
Carryon Johnson's your starter.
Yeah.
Theo Riddick, LeGarrette Blount, Amir Abdullah is still hanging around.
That's weird.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah. He's like a
that blows my
cockroach.
mind.
You just can't kill him. He just can't go away.
So obviously Carryon Johnson.
They fear Amir is what they do.
We haven't talked about Carryon Johnson.
Can
like,
I ask
at
you
all.
what that was? Was that like a DJ?
We haven't talked about Carryon Johnson at all. I just kind of realized.
Why
it.
would we need to?
He's the starting running back in Detroit.
LeGarrette Blount is the starting running back in Detroit, and that backfield is New England 2.0.
No,
No? You're going to start Johnson.
there's a league where I'm forced to start Johnson, but I would regardless. I think that he has a chance this week. It's against the Jets, and they're in Detroit.
Yeah? What does that have to do with anything?
The Jets defense doesn't scare me at all, especially the run defense.
Well, okay.
Carryon Johnson could do something week 1.
Yeah, he could also get 3 carries and do nothing week 1.
Carryon Johnson or Theo Riddick. 1 week. Just this week.
Just this week?
Yep.
Johnson.
Carryon Johnson or LeGarrette Blount.
Blount.
You're crazy.
I know.
Amir Abdullah or
Amir Abdullah or Johnson? Yeah.
Antonio Gates isn't dead, by the way.
Yeah.
Signed a 1-year deal with the Chargers.
Yeah.
Hunter Henry only landed on the PUP list.
Which is weird.
Everybody's expecting IR. Everybody's prepared for IR. Hunter Henry, you might see in 6 weeks, right?
Stupid. No.
Is it
6
8?
weeks?
Is it 8 weeks? It's 6 to 8 weeks.
No.
That's what the PUP list is. We might not see him.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, okay.
No.
I understand what you're saying.
The
I
PUP
thought you meant
list-
he was going to be back from his ACL tear in 6 weeks.
Highly unlikely. But apparently there's a doctor in the Chargers facility that believes that he's going to come back before week 17. Maybe they're holding him out for like if they make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because the IR, you have to take them off by, I think, week 6. The PUP is there's a little difference. Yeah, so if they make the playoffs, he could come back. Why would you? But he could.
Well, if they make the playoffs and they need him, and Antonio Gates is struggling, it might be a weapon to have.
Why don't you trade for a tight end?
It's not Madden. You don't just trade.
It should be
guys.
more. Oh, really? John Gruden thinks it's Madden. Because John Gruden is trading everyone.
You're taking away the human aspect of it. These guys know these guys. They have these guys, like they see these guys every day. They probably know their families.
Probably.
You don't just trade a guy because you want to get a tight end 2.
I didn't say trade a guy. You trade a pick. They traded for A.J. McCarron, and the Bills
You don't
knew
give up
him.
picks either. Picks are so valuable in the NFL.
So what do you think about John Gruden trading away everything?
I don't agree with it. I think it was wrong. But I mean, it's a new coach. It's a new regime. They gave him so much power.
10-year,
Why
$100
not?
million. Yeah. All right, the bun of this news and notes section.
The bun?
Yeah, you said a sandwich.
Oh, that's right.
Come on, man. It all ties together.
Lev Bell.
Yeah.
Not playing this week.
For whom the bell tolls. No, he's not playing this week.
We did not see this coming. I did not see him holding out for, actually holding out.
No, I didn't either. I own him in a couple leagues, and I have already sadly put him on my bench. He's not playing this week for me. Do you see his teammates are calling him out?
Yeah, I did.
Lineman,
That's the worst if you're a running back or a quarterback. When your linemen lose that respect for you, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But it's a business decision. As somebody that deals with contracts and working as an agent, I completely understand.
Show me the money.
I understand where he's coming from. I don't see why you would do it.
Yeah, he can save him. He's going to lose $8 million if he sits 8 games, but he's saving himself
He'll make
500 carries and
he'll make himself $120 million next year.
right,
$100 million, whatever. And he'll play for whoever the hell he wants to play for too.
No, oh wait, you can't say that. Corey Coleman gets to pick his team. It's terrible. Lev Bell gets to pick his team. It's great.
There's a little bit of a difference in demand there. You have to have some kind of demand. Wide receivers anymore, young wide receivers, are a dime a dozen. Apparently, Corey Coleman isn't as talented as the Dynasty community wants to believe he is. Because 2 teams passed on him for practically nothing, right?
One team spent a first on him. Yeah.
And then realized what they
excited.
had
Yeah.
and traded him for a 7th-round pick
Right.
next year.
Yeah.
And the other team had him for a couple weeks and said, no thanks.
Yeah. He must
So
really
I think
like shoes.
that situation is really different between him and Le'Veon Bell.
I would
who will
agree,
pick
but I
whatever
don't,
team he
it's
wants.
the same concept. You get to
It's
pick
not the
where you
same
wanna go.
concept.
It
No,
is
it's
the same
one piece of that concept, Matt. That doesn't mean they're the same.
The exact same concept.
Yeah, free agency. Everybody's a free agent. Technically, you do get to pick who you sign
Thank
for.
you.
But
Thank you.
no,
Not, that's the concept.
everyone and their mother is going to be offering something for Le'Veon Bell.
That is false. That is false.
Compared to Corey Coleman, everyone and their mother will be offering something for Le'Veon Bell. Corey Coleman might have a couple of lowball offers, vet minimum offers.
Okay.
Le'Veon Bell is going to have people bidding to get him.
Yeah, but not
That's
everybody
different.
and their mother.
Matt, there will be, I'm guessing, 10 teams that 10 teams that put an offer
Can
out there,
anybody
and maybe
afford Le'Veon Bell?
3 realistic offers.
Can anybody afford him?
It depends if he wants to go for,
He wants paid.
or maybe he wants a Super Bowl ring, another one.
Then he would be in camp with the Steelers right now, wouldn't he?
Maybe. Offense really good with Le'Veon Bell. Offense without Le'Veon Bell, not so sure.
Right. So wouldn't he show up and win a ring with that?
That defense isn't a championship winning defense. Period.
Huh.
Period.
Okay. I'm not going to argue. TJ Watt is not going to carry that defense.
Okay, so let's look at
He's
the
no
fallout.
Troy Polamalu.
James Conner, Jalen Samuels, Stephen Ridley.
I can't answer this question without giving away some future bits and pieces.
In my opinion, it's James Conner all the way. I don't understand why anybody would consider starting Samuels or Ridley this week. Connor's actually been around for another year, a year longer than Samuels has been. He knows the playbook better. He's going to be trusted more. So if there's a situation where you have to start one of those guys, it's definitely Connor, but you really should be looking elsewhere altogether.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. I'm not starting a Pittsburgh running back just because it's a Pittsburgh running back.
Yeah, it is against the Cleveland Browns, which I get,
Yeah.
but we don't know what we got there.
No, I'm not. I'm not going, it's like if it was Dallas, when Dallas had that offensive line and they could plug anybody in there, like I might start a Dallas backup running back instead of whoever. But
Speaking of Dallas, it's funny you say that. I seen somebody tweet out about how it's comparable. They're trying to compare this to the Emmitt Smith situation for when he played for Dallas, and he held out for a couple weeks. They dropped 0-2,
94.
and then they broke down and they signed him, and they won a Super Bowl.
And they won a Super Bowl.
So maybe this is something we see.
Maybe.
I think that was his agent that actually said that in an interview, and then it got copied to a tweet.
Yeah.
Which that'd be crazy. But then it's not going to happen because Antonio Brown was on the cover of Madden and Madden curse.
That's right. It's in effect. There it is. AB's going to tear his ACL week 1.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back with a couple of new segments.
Oh.
All right. We are back. And we are back and better than ever. We have 2 brand new segments for you. And first up, Matt, I understand you have a segment you like to call Renshaw's Renegades.
The Renegades.
And we have
Yes.
a new sounder coming soon, which I am very excited for.
I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for it.
So, Matt, why don't you go ahead and explain to our audience what Renshaw's Renegade is and Renegades are.
Yeah, come on.
And how we're going to go about this.
So Renshaw's Renegades, these are guys that are owned in less than 50% of MFL leagues that that can score and maybe able to play a flex or wide receiver, running back 2 spot for you just this week. So you can go pick them up off a wire and plug and play if you're desperate for some production.
So, say a suspension, a holdout,
Yeah,
for example.
weird.
An injury. Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I got it.
less than 50%. So there's
guys,
a
you can
coin flip chance that they should be on your wire. You can go pick them up.
And if they're not on the wire, there's somebody you can get for probably fairly cheap.
Yes. So first, we're going to state the obvious one. I think this is a little. I mean, it's obvious. It's Jalen Samuels is my first ever Renshaw's Renegade, owned in 17% of MFL leagues. So Le'Veon Bell's not playing. We kind of talked about this. We've hinted at this earlier. Nobody knows how this running backfield carries is going to split. They drafted Samuels. They have kept Samuels. According to Mike Tomlin, 5th-round rookie Jalen Samuels is highly involved in the passing game. So, PPR league, guy that you can go pick up off a waiver and plug and play because you know Lev Bell's not going to be there. That's a guy that I'm okay with, and I've got him in quite a few leagues. So I'm probably the 17% that owns him everywhere, but he's my first Renshaw's Renegade in the running back position. My second, owned in a little more leagues. This one hurts to say because I've been so down on this guy in the past, but Terrence Williams is my second Renshaw's Renegade. 42%. That's my cousin. Yeah, you guys are. Yeah, you and the Hendersons. 42% of MFL leagues. I'm going to dad stat you here. Without Dez Bryant in the lineup, Terrence Williams on pace for 61 receptions, 1,051 yards, 5 touchdowns in a 16-game season. Now it's changed a little bit. Michael Gallup's there. Alan Hearns is there. But he is clearly their most veteran wide receiver in the Dallas receiving room, and he might be being slept on this week. So that's a guy you can plug and play. They've got a rookie tight end. Nobody knows what the tight ends are going to do. He is the most established receiver on that team, so he's a guy you can go pick up and plug and play.
I like it. I like the idea of Renshaw's Renegades. I like your breakdown of those players. I think you can get both of them right now.
Cheap.
That's awesome. I like that segment quite a bit. And that's something we're going to do every week, right?
Every week.
You're going to have a Renshaw's Renegades.
I'm going to have it more than one Renegade per week. Yes, there will be an S at the end of that.
Awesome.
Yes.
I like it. That's different.
That's what we do here at the Dynasty Dads.
Are you ready?
Birthday present. Yeah, let's hear yours.
Are you ready for me?
Yes.
So last year, we had a couple tweets actually about people wanting us to talk a little bit more on the gambling side of things.
Yeah.
And we said, you know what? It doesn't make a lot of sense. It's Dynasty football.
It's not what we do.
But the more we thought about it and the more we talked about it, it kind of made a little bit more sense because one thing that I'm really into is wasting money via gambling on sports. I know it's something that you've followed for a very long time.
Yes.
And so we thought, you know what the hell?
Well, it's going to be legal in the United States soon, so
very soon.
Might as well get on that train before it takes off.
Choo-choo. So
what do we got?
With that, I'd like to introduce a new segment called Wager of the Week.
Oh,
yeah,
all right.
A little bit of cash money over here. So this week.
All right. Week 1, where nobody knows anything.
Nobody knows anything.
These are when you get your best lines, right?
These are when you get, historically, your softest lines are in week 1 because it's so fueled by public perception. Now, public perception plays a lot into every week of the NFL. Vegas knows that, and they adjust accordingly, and they're smarter than anybody else in the room.
Yeah.
But
when Vegas changes odds for something, people notice.
If you have a chance at an underdog hitting, it's week 1. So just so everybody knows that. If you have a team that you just don't understand why they're not favored this week, you have a chance of being right. Okay. More of a chance than any other week.
Right.
Okay, so this week, my wager of the week is the Titans are favored by 1 point, and they're traveling to Miami.
They're only favored by 1?
And they're only favored by 1 in Miami. Give me the Titans.
Is this where you talk bad about Miami Dolphins offense?
Absolutely.
All right, let's hear it.
Miami is expecting scattered storms during their game versus the Tennessee Titans this Sunday.
Oh, gosh, you're bringing the weather back?
Hold on. It's about a 50% chance of precipitation and a 100% chance of thunder and lightning by the name of Derrick Henry and Dion Lewis. Vegas has the traveling Titans only favored by 1 in this tilt, and I say slam it. Slam it. The Dolphins are clearly in rebuild mode and could finish this season as a bottom 5 team. Lost my boy Juice Landry this offseason, and everyone's favorite Husker, Ndamukong Suh. No longer around to stomp on the back of players' legs. I know, hold on. I know. But Ryan Tannehill is back, Justin. So what? Yeah, he's back, and his wide receiver 1 is none other than Devontae frickin' Parker.
That's wrong.
Oh, and he'll likely be a little rusty from the whole devastating knee injury thing from last season. Don't forget, the Titans have a new head coach, Mike Vrabel, and offensive coordinator, Matt LaFleur. LaFleur will make this offense look great.
Oh, LaFleur, that's terrible.
LaFleur helped the Falcons reach the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and LaFleur engineered the Rams' high-octane offense last season. Lay your bets on La Titans, and thank me a la later. Titans -1, go get it.
How long did that write-up take you?
At least 20 minutes.
LaFleur was so good that the Falcons let him go, and the
Couldn't afford him.
and the Rams let him go.
Couldn't afford him either.
Yeah, okay. I don't disagree with your take. Devontae Parker is not the wide receiver 1 this week because he's out.
You called him the wide receiver 1 earlier.
He is, but he's out this week. He's hurt. He's not playing week 1.
Really? I must have missed that.
Yeah.
Devontae Parker's not playing?
No.
Oh, my God. Give me
I know.
the Titans even more.
The line might have changed.
No, it's still -1. I checked this morning.
Yeah, Parker is not playing.
So Danny Amendola is the wide receiver 1, so lock
Kenny
that up.
Stills. He's better than Danny Amendola.
Lock it up.
Yeah, if it's only 1, I don't disagree with that take. That's your wager of the week.
I hate betting on road favorites. Like, that's just not me in the
Right.
NFL
Yeah.
because I think that's crazy. But yeah, there's no reason to bet on the Titans or on the Dolphins.
Are you sure?
I am sure. So that's it. That's my wager of the week.
That was good.
Thank
I
you.
like it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Now I'm sweating.
I can tell. Drink your sweet tea.
Well, Matt, why don't we take a quick break? We're going to come back and we're going to talk about the Scott Fish lineup.
Fish.
We're going to close the show out, all right? All right, Matt, we are back.
That was a good break.
We're about to talk about our Scott Fish lineup.
Yeah.
And as I understand it, you and I are going to go through position by position. We're
Yep.
going to pick our lineup, and then we're going to just wait for the people on Twitter to yell at us and say we did something wrong.
Hey, morons. What'd you thinking? Yeah, that kind of stuff.
This is our first ever Scott Fish Bowl, so this is our first ever Scott Fish Bowl submitted lineup.
Yes. Segment 2.
Woo!
Okay.
All right, let's make this quick
So
because
this-
no one likes to hear about other people's fantasy football teams.
It's a super flex league. We have
Right, of
3
course.
quarterbacks on our roster. We have Aaron Rodgers, Josh Rosen, and Matt Stafford. This is easy. We're starting
Absolutely.
Rodgers
Matt
and
Stafford.
And we're starting them both because it's super flex.
Yeah, okay, so moving on.
So then we've got to pick some other positions. So we've got to pick 2 to 6 running backs and 3 to 7 wide receivers. So running back recap: Isaiah Crowell, Deonta Foreman, Devonta Freeman, LaShawn McCoy, Lamar Miller, Jordan Wilkins.
Well, give me Freeman and McCoy automatically.
Yes, and Lamar Miller.
Okay, so we got 3 there.
There's 3. Then we'll go through wide receivers and fill the void here. Wide receivers are Keelan Cole, Taylor Gabriel, Alshon Jeffrey, Christian Kirk, Cooper Kupp, Jarvis Landry, Anthony Miller.
Jeez, you're going too fast.
You told me to hurry. Keelan Cole, Taylor Gabriel, Alshon Jeffrey, Christian Kirk, Cooper Kupp, Jarvis Landry, Anthony Miller, Sammy Watkins, and D.D. Westbrook.
Well, Jarvis is one of the names I definitely caught.
Jarvis is automatic. Cooper Kupp is automatic.
It's PPR, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp then.
So there's our 2. So we've got to fill 3 more spots between running back, wide receiver, and tight end, but we punted tight end, so we're not going to fill them with tight end.
Do we have to start a tight end in this
We
league?
have to start 1 tight end.
Well, what's our tight ends? Let's figure that out first.
Blake Jarwin,
Ooh,
ASJ,
there it is.
Jonnu Smith, Nick Vanette.
Okay, so ASJ, right?
ASJ is playing the Giants, and the Giants have the softest
Yep. Give it to me.
Problem is,
Give it to me. Give it to me.
he's hurt.
Oh, is he? He's going to play, right?
He has a core muscle injury. He's not expected to practice. He didn't practice today.
I always injure my core.
I know. So, yeah, if he plays, obviously he's our pick. If he doesn't play,
Vanette.
Yeah, Vanette.
Okay.
Pretty straightforward there.
So what's the flex then? We got to pick one more out of the running back and wide receiver?
No, we got to pick 3 more.
We have 3 more?
3 more spots to fill. Here's who I have penciled in right now. Isaiah Crowell, Keelan Cole, and Sammy Watkins.
Watkins against the Chargers.
Now remember that
Keelan
it's
Cole against the Giants, right?
Yeah. It's point per first down. So running backs have, like, Crowell gets a boost for me because of that.
I like it.
We also have Jordan Wilkins, who, if he starts for Indy, could start for us.
If he starts for Indy, I would sub him out for Sammy.
That's fair. That's fair. We could be starting 5 of our 6 running backs.
Yeah, and I don't really know if I like that a lot. But I like the way that you had it there.
Yep.
I think that we're going to be just fine.
I agree. So we'll see how it plays out.
Would Twitter know who we're playing? Like, or with our opponent, is it somebody notable or?
I am going to be completely honest. I don't know how to see who we're playing against.
Oh my goodness! Give me
I know.
the computer.
I'm just like Scott. The way that they have it set up, my computer is confusing and stuff. So I have no idea who we're playing. We're playing someone in the Homer Simpson division. We're going to win. I don't know who gets to lose to us week 1, but that's who we're playing. No luck, huh? So maybe I'm not stupid.
Well, it gives me the message where it's an error message where it says that
Right.
we haven't paid for it.
Right.
Which we have paid for it, kind of.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know who we play. I don't care who we play. I think we win. Doesn't matter. We are the favorites in that division. We're Dynasty Dads approved. You got nothing. I told you. It's not on there.
Wow.
Good luck. And you thought I couldn't figure it out.
That's crazy. Yeah, I got nothing for you.
So I don't know who we're playing. Doesn't matter who we're playing.
I guess not. We'll tweet out about it. So
Yeah. We'll brag.
Tag 'em.
Braggadocious.
yeah. Well, that's it. That's the show, man.
Yeah.
What do you think of the new format?
I
You
like it. I do. I like we each have our own segment.
Mm-hmm.
We celebrated our 1 year.
Yep.
News and notes won't always be that heavy. Won't
Probably
always
will.
be that involved.
It probably will.
Oh, you think?
I think we're going to spend a lot of time doing news and notes because I think that's the more important part. Like last year, if you stuck with us, we did we recapped every game.
Man, yes, we did.
And it just didn't work out very well.
No.
Like
You gave your weather reports.
we end up saying the same stuff for every
AJ
like
Green.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it was like every week we did that, and
Yeah.
it just got to be a real grind. So we think this will mix it up. You're never gonna know what I'm gonna pick for my bet. You're never gonna know what Matt's gonna pick
The
for
Renegades.
Renegades.
I can't wait for that sounder.
And the news and notes is gonna be different, obviously,
Right.
every week.
Every week.
So I like it, and we're gonna talk about our Scott Fish Bowl. I think we'll kind of mix in the Scott Fish Bowl with our hot take updates.
Yep.
Here and there.
Yep.
So we want to keep everybody up to date on that.
Yeah. Let's hope the Scott Fishbowl update goes a lot better than Wife Picks.
Yeah, Wife Picks was an absolute dumpster fire.
Yes, it was.
By like week 4.
Yep.
That was rough.
My wife ran away with it.
So, got any big plans for tomorrow night for watching the game?
I'm going to watch the game on my couch. My
Nice.
kids will be in bed. Yeah, I don't have any super big plans, but I'm just going to watch the game. And I'll
Consider
have
yourself lucky.
my fantasy leagues open next to me to see how I'm doing because I own Devonta Freeman in a lot of places.
I will be at my son's first flag football practice. I couldn't miss that.
Tackle Monster.
Yeah, so I got to see that. And after it, I'll be catching up as soon as I possibly can. But I will be checking Twitter and following the Dynasty Dads podcast to be sure I know what's going on.
Can I ask you?
Are you going to be live tweeting?
Yeah, probably.
Sweet.
So are you one of those people, like, do you DVR games?
Never.
Okay, never mind then. I know people that DVR it, and they're like, I'm not watching until halftime because then I can skip the commercials. And I'm like, no, how do you do that?
See, like I had the Game Pass deal.
Yeah.
Is it
Last
Game
year.
Pass?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that last year, and while it was cool for like the preseason to catch up on everything,
Right.
it sucked when the regular season came out because I knew what the scores were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
you know who wins and you don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
And my brother-in-law actually warned me of that, and I didn't believe him. I was like, nah, I'd still like to watch it, and it helps with the podcast, and it helps with write-ups and all that other stuff. No, it doesn't. No,
There's
You
so much
can't watch it.
information out there now that you don't need to.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
yeah.
And I'm not a fan of the Red Zone channel because it's like I don't want to just catch the touchdowns. Like I like
right.
to see the big plays that happen.
Right.
That get you to the red zone.
Yeah.
You know, touchdowns are great, but meh.
Yeah. It's
Technology,
cool
man, it's ruining everything.
that Thursday night games are going to be like nationally televised. They're not just going to be on like the NFL Network, or they're going to be on like NBC.
Yeah.
The big networks.
Yeah. All right, well, Matt, I got to get out of here. I got to go buy a new pair of Nikes. I burned my other ones, so. See you next week. We're out.
God bless.
Thanks for hanging out with us on another episode of the Dynasty Dads podcast. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes and follow us on Twitter @Dynasty Dads. Visit us at our website, dynastydads.com, for articles, news, and notes, Dynasty Dads gear, and more.